Seller carry is where you basically ask the seller to be the bank. Buying a house for $300,000. You say, I'm going to put $150,000 down, but I want $150,000 carry. So you get $150,000 cash. Maybe you don't need all the money today. Can I pay you the rest later and I'll give you interest on that $150,000? Maybe you negotiate a 6 or 7 or 8% rate, something comparable or a little less than you get in the free market, but you're getting all of your purchase price done. You can make interest payments to that seller. And once you fix up the house or eventually sell it or refinance it, you pay them off. They're happy. They're made whole plus their interest.
Here's the deal with seller financing. Like you mentioned in the video, they can jack up these interest rates because they're not a bank and they can pretty much do whatever the flip they want. And on top of that, these seller financing loans are often a much, much shorter term. You're not going to get a 30-year loan from Joe down the street. He wants his money fast. And that means you can end up with a huge balloon payment at the end of this short loan where you don't have the money. And that can put you in a really, really dangerous situation. So avoid seller financing.
Hey guys, it's Hanish, and I wanted to respond to the YouTuber that said that that was a dumb idea to do seller carries. And I love that I've been branded as a dumb influencer. I didn't even know I influenced people, so thank you for watching. If I'm influencing you, great. If I'm not, that's fine too. This is just an idea to share. In the world of ideas of how to transact, there's not just one way to do it, right? We're taught that from our realtors and our loan officers, but the reality is there isn't. I've done 40 different creative financing plus transactions over the years, and this is meant for people that understand the business well. Just this morning, I got a call from a friend of mine that's a rookie investor trying to do seller carries and subject twos. I explained to him the conditions where it works the best and also mitigating strategies you can use to get people to agree to it. So one of the things he said is, oh, the sellers can charge you any interest rate they want. Yeah, they could, but you have to agree to it, right? This is a negotiation. So you can still offer to say, I'll pay you 6%, and the seller could say, oh, well, I want 18%. And you could disagree and you don't do the deal. Or maybe you come back down and say, well, how about 8? And they agree, right? So there's that. And he's right also, there are often balloon payments. Maybe you only do a seller carry term for 2 or 3 or 5 years at most, and you have to figure out a way to refinance or pay that off, or you have to sell the house. Ideally, the home is appreciated somewhat, and you're able to refinance, pay off that additional seller carry amount, and you're good to go. If not, worst case, you can sell the house, and ideally, you've got some equity, and the seller gets their money that way as well. There's a lot of different ways to chop this up. This isn't meant for something that's an everyday buyer or seller transaction between retail transactions, but things do happen, right? One of the other things that we've got going on right now with one of my transactions is I've got an assumable loan that a seller is willing to let the buyer assume officially through the bank. I bet you 99% of people didn't know you could do that, but this bank is allowing you to apply, take over their 3.1% mortgage rate, which on a condo today would be closer to 7.5%. And at this loan amount of $325,000, that saves a buyer $10,000 a year, which is a huge buyer benefit and seller benefit to get a higher price. So these kind of strategies aren't meant for rookie investors. If you're watching YouTube to try to learn how to do real estate, you're probably going down the wrong path. You really need to get in like a mentor or a teammate that will help you learn the nuance of this kind of stuff. You can't do YouTube University to learn how to do creative financing, seller carries, subject twos. This is for advanced or expert investors.